Welcome back. Well, this concludes this quarter's JSOU Forum, but the learning never stops. Rather than an end, the forum should be a waypoint as each of us forges ahead in this field of study to make contributions to effective decision-making for our leaders. We have invited back the JSOU President, Dr. Ike Wilson, to offer some concluding remarks, but before handing over the microphone to Master of Ceremonies, I want to express my thanks to you, the audience, for all the crew here at DCE, for all the faculty and speakers supporting us from JSOU and throughout the world, really, from Ukraine to the Indo-PACOM. So we've really had a robust group of people. On behalf of the JSOU faculty, we look forward to seeing you at the next JSOU Forum, as well as your contributions in one of the many other JSOU educational venues. Please give your attention to Dr. Ike Wilson, President of Joint Special Operations University, who will close the forum.
Wonderful. Doug, thanks so much. And I'm going to thank you again more profusely here in a moment, so be prepared to be embarrassed. But first to participants. I have 2 or 3 things. I know I'm the only thing that sits between you and freedom. And so I'm going to make three large points in a pretty quick order, and we'll bring this quarterly forum to a close. My first point is just a series of thank yous. I first and foremost want to thank you all as the participants. As you saw how we like to run this forum, and our Master of Ceremonies did a fantastic, phenomenal job of facilitating it in the manner in which we intend. A full engagement between moderators, special guests, keynote speakers, panelists, and most importantly, the virtual living room, the audience, the participants, to get that blended mix in every sense of the terms of a blending of mix of thinkers and doers into a consultative forum, a recurring consultative forum to grapple with the big issues of the day that define this moment of so-called strategic inflection, and to put some texture to what this moment of strategic inflection is and how it differentiates from the similar type of strategic inflection that, frankly, we've been talking about my entire time on planet, and certainly as a professional for the last 35 years of my time as a member of this national and global security and defense community. Put some texture to that. So we can't do this without you. In fact, we can't do it without you because, in large part, this whole enterprise, this whole forum series is about you and for you. So I just want to take a moment first and foremost to, frankly, profusely thank you as participants. We all live very busy, active lives, personally and professionally. And so it's not a matter of you taking time to join us for 2 days. It's a matter of creating and making time. So we really appreciate that. And we hope you become regular attendees to these quarterly forums. And as you come, bring friends and colleagues and family with you. Second group of folks I want to thank are our special guests and keynoters. I also want to thank all of our panelists and moderators. I want to thank our wonderful teammates. I believe we're now on our second year running as teaming DCE Productions. Eddie and the team, your whole team, team of teams here, and as would be expected and always proven true. Each iteration, each quarter, these forums get better and better. So DCE Productions, our teammates, want to thank you as well. And of course, to the JSOU expert team. We talk about teams of experts. This has become an expert team, right? A synergistic thing. And I want to just thank the JSOU team. I'm the whole body that makes up the expert team of the JSOU team. But specific call outs to Pat Stevens, Mike Clark, Brian Ventrone, Joe Whittington, the great, incomparable Carissa Stugard, and most notably, frankly, a special thanks to our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Doug Jordan. Doug, you demonstrated, true to the title, mastery as our host. Couldn't have been done better, in my not so humble opinion. Phenomenal work, phenomenal dedication and duty. You really showed us how it can and should be done. So special thanks to our Master of Ceremonies. Second piece I want to talk to you all about. I want to explain a little bit about the forums. Now, you've got a lot of information out there. You know the genesis story of the forums, but just a couple of things to tell you about. We're about to go into our calendar year 3 on the forums. So I want to place this particular forum in its larger context. This is our 11th, has been our 11th forum, and for a very specific purpose. Our year 1, our first forum began as a 3-day event back in May, the first week of May of 2020. It was inspired by a request, an RFI from our commanding general at the time, General Rich Clark, looking for, under imperatives of his own and equal pressures from the then Secretary of Defense, to come up with a learning packet to help us kick off this strategic rebalance from a focus on counterterrorism and counter violent extremist organizations, the GWAT era, and to start that rebalance towards great power competition in general, strategic competition. And so we put together a forum to actually take on that task. What better way than to convene a team of thinking doer experts to grapple with those questions and to grapple with that puzzle and come up with a body of known knowledge refitted and the generation of new knowledge, and we've been running forward ever since. We spent the rest of our first year of forums doing exploratory work in 3 main areas: special operations and SOF use and utility in the context of great power competition and power competition more generally speaking. We also looked at that same question of special operations and SOF utility in the context of SOF identity, looking at matters of moral ethical, the responsible leader operator, the responsible special operations professional. We also looked thirdly at a category of emergent technology and the hyper enablement through technology, emergent and disruptive, of special operations and special operations forces. We spent that year 1 doing the exploratory work, and many of you, if not most of you joining us today, were a part of that genesis story of the forums in year 1. Year 2, we built on what we learned and discovered together from year 1. And one of the main things that came out of a running curriculum review informed by these forums was the revelation, the rediscovery, frankly, of 5 areas, knowledge arenas, relating to Joint SOF core competencies, which complement but do not compete with the classic 12 core tasks defining the service SOF componencies. Those 5 arenas, one of which is the subject of this forum, strategic and operational influence through information advantage, and 4 others, and I'll just name them off real quick. Joint SOF in support of and oftentimes leading ... resilience and resistance, strategic and operational intelligence and emergent technology, Joint SOF as a profession, and then the delivery mechanism and mode and modality for all of the previous 4, design thinking and integrated planning and campaigning. And so year 2 was dedicated to quarterly forums, fleshing out each of those core competencies, building that knowledge arena. Year 3, of which we are about to go into following this forum, will be focused on building upon that bedrock of year 1 and 2, and specifically focused on using those 5 core competencies as lenses to relook and reconsider the classic 12 core activities and core tasks, to consider the need and necessity of birthing of new core activities and core tasks, recombinations of the 12, and in addition to the new, all driven by a focus on, from a positive aim standpoint of US and allies and partner perspective, what winning looks like in places like Indo-PACOM, EUCOM, Southcom, AFRICOM, et cetera, CENTCOM, from a positive aims. What does winning look like through the SOF lens? Special operations forces, use, utility, identity, and to conduct a reverse engineering from what we believe and need to serve our nation's purposes, what winning looks like, and reverse engineer so that we can design an anticipatory based, positive aims driven, active gray zone campaigning SOF and Special Operations Forces way forward for campaigning, active gray zone campaigning. That's the focus of, and that will be the focus of year 3. So I want to put that out as coming attractions and to get you ready and already prepared for a series of save the dates each quarter. The next point I want to leave you with is just please let us know what you think. And I know our Master of Ceremonies has been wonderful the last 2 days of gently but deliberately reminding everyone to take and make the time to fill out the surveys, and even beyond the surveys, just contact us and let us know, good, bad, and ugly, your experience through this forum, any other form or JSOU learning experience that you've experienced, and join in this innovation moment, this innovation experience. Let us know what you think. Next point I'll leave you with is visit us. Visit us at our website. If you haven't been to our website recently, say within the last 3 to 6 months, you're in for a wonderful surprise. It's much more user-friendly. It's much more inviting. It's actually a fun place to hang out. And so we invite you to hang out at our website, both the university's website as well as our press house website. And also across all of our social media platforms, namely Facebook and LinkedIn. And then last but not least, please help us spread the word on what's going on at JSOU, at your JSOU, at the Joint Special Operations University, and under our innovation experiences that we call affectionately JSOU Next. Help spread the word, and please come back, bring friends and colleagues. And with that, thank you again, everyone, for what has been a wonderful 2 days of vibrant discussion and very worthwhile discussion impacting the nation, not for ourselves, through the SOF formations and the SOF enterprise. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to be with you, and I'll turn it back over to our Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for spending 2 days with us. This concludes this quarter's JSOU Forum. Have a great day.